Yo, what's up, folks? All right, so back again. Yeah, unfortunately, I just won't be able to go back to Elden Ring. Really wanted to. I really wanted to finish the game. It's a really good game, but 10 minutes of just walking around and I got sick. All I did was just move on the overworld and I killed one skeleton monster. So, unfortunately, it's going to go the path of Elder Scrolls Online and I won't be able to finish it. So, that's a huge bummer. I don't know what my gaming future is going to look like as these games get better and better over time. Hopefully more games like Voice with the Cards and other things come out so I can play those. Brightness is really high for whatever reason. I don't know why. This game is way brighter. This game is way brighter than Beast of Burden. But we're gonna go backwards. I thought there were like 5 games in this series. There's only 3. Hopefully that means more come out. This one also came out this year. Azeli said the development was 4 months. I don't know how long the development for Beast of Burden was. Hopefully a little longer than 4 months. But even if it was 4 months, if it was done that well, and if they can crank out another one every 4 months, then I'm good with that. They can just keep having something new to play every 4 months. I'll keep getting them. For sure. So yeah. Really, really enjoyed Beast of Burden. Great game. Fantastic game. Really, really nice story. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this one will go. I'll be curious to see if the fights are more difficult, and if so, by how much. And if not, hopefully the story is just as good. Either way, I don't need the combat to be fantastic. It can, the last game, there are a couple of moments where, I had a challenge and a character died or whatever. But overall, the fighting was easy. But if the stories are that good, I don't need fighting. It's good. I like to get immersed. It's kind of like being able to read while on stream. But since it's not a book, it doesn't put me to sleep as easily. Because when I read books, I don't know why, my brain, I just fall asleep. Even though I like to read. I enjoy reading fantasy fiction stuff. So yeah, let's get into the game. Let's see what's up. Let's not dilly-dally any longer. Let me do this. We got gold backs instead of blue backs.
Ah, I bid you welcome.
All right, we've got a
I shall
different
be your game master for
game
this tale.
master.
It is a pleasure to have you. Now then, just like this, I will be using cards to draw you into the world of this story.
I really want to voice one of these games. Oh man, that would be so cool. I'm not saying I'd do it for free, but I'd do it for pretty cheap. Man proclaiming himself to be a great hero has embarked on a journey to slay the dragon. So this is an example card, yeah.
From time to time, you may be presented with choices like this.
Select left, select right. Yep.
That's correct. It doesn't mean anything, but still, good job. You're following along with all this, I trust?
Yep.
Moving on, I believe your experience of the story will be shaped in no small part by my narration.
Yo,
As
Dan,
such,
what up?
I hope you'll have rather more fun keeping the sound on while you play. That said,
How's it going? It's good to see
rest
you.
assured that the game remains enjoyable without sound. My words will be subtitled just as they are now.
Yes, definitely want to display subtitles. Cool. Oops.
With the formalities sorted, we're all ready to begin the game.
Cool. Let's begin.
My. Yeah, you can hear the sound of the waves. Oh, how very evocative. Now then, let's begin our tale.
Let's shout.
Allow me to welcome you to the world of Voice of Cards.
Thanks.
You're about to step into the shoes of the hero of this tale as he sets forth on a grand adventure. Said adventure takes place in a remote part of the sea, in which ancient traditions are alive and well.
Okay. Are we gonna find skyscraper ruins like Beast of Burden though?
You will touch the hearts of many who dwell in this place as you journey to change fate's promise of untold ruin.
Ooh. We're gonna be Kratos. I can handle it. The fates cannot hold me.
I believe in you. I believe your journey will be a success. And on that note, it is time for that journey to begin. May the waves see you safely across the tides.
Yo, Strauss, what up? What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Dude, that Espeon. So good.
Our story begins in a secluded grotto. The sound of the waves echoes softly across the rock walls.
This ship looks like a whale.
A solitary young man stands in front of a ship floating in the water. Brush in hand, he busies himself painting the vessel.
Yo, what up, Yosuke? Welcome. Y'all are in just in time. I'm just starting this game. I hope you like stories and cards. If not, I hope you're ready for bed. Because if you don't like it, it'll put you to sleep. What up, Nitro? Welcome, welcome. Just starting off the game. So, story's literally just kicking off. So, y'all are right on time.
Once he finishes his work, he decides to carve his name into the side of the hull. A finishing touch.
Okay. Mysterious Youth. We name him earlier than we do the guard in Beast of Burden. This guy, who will I name him? Let's name him. Let's name him Gromp. That's a character from the Spider Queen series in the Forgotten Realms. A wizard, one of my favorite characters in the series. That is his name, Gromp.
You carve your name in small lettering into the ship.
Gromp.
Oh, a handsome name, that.
Thank you. I didn't come up with it myself. I borrowed it.
This young lad is the hero of our tale, and your window into the world. You're a navigator without a ship, and your soul yearns to set out upon the ocean blue for your own reasons. You have spent a great deal of time repairing the wrecked ship before you, in the hopes of crafting a partner aboard which you might sail the high seas.
Okay. So far, this is a lot less tragic than Beasts of Burden. I'm not expecting that to last.
The sound of a wooden box tumbling to the ground rips through the grotto. You heave a deep sigh and decide to head over to the source of the racket.
Find whatever made that noise. Yep. I wish you could turn off tutorials, though. Yep. I know how this works. Sucks about Elden Ring? Yeah, I know.
The source of the noise turns out to be a young girl. It looks as though she has knocked over a wooden box, packed with shipbuilding supplies, and is in quite a panic about it.
She's got a stylish jacket. Yeah, it really sucks about Elden Ring. I wanted to beat it. I don't even know how far I was in. I would imagine I was probably only like maybe 30% through the game, probably. Such a bummer. This dang Vertigo, man.
The girl's name is Laddie.
Laddie.
You came across her some time ago, collapsed on a beach.
Okay.
You attempted to bring her to a nearby village, but she was quite opposed to the idea for some reason. As such, she has been helping you repair the ship here.
What happened? Oh, so I get really bad vertigo, and so some games I just can't play right at the start. So like Bayonetta, I'll never be able to play. Gets me sick to just watch. Some games I can start playing them, and over time I get more and more sick. So that happened with Elder Scrolls Online. That's happened with a few other games, and then that's what happened with Elden Ring. I was playing it for a little bit. I think maybe I got 40 some hours in, and I just started feeling really sick playing it. Elder Scrolls Online, I think I probably got a couple hundred hours in, and then it started doing it. So it's just really weird. Have I tried playing further from the screen? Yeah, I actually tried playing further from the screen. Yeah, today I played further away, and then um, like twice as much away from the screen as this, and it didn't help because I was gonna see if like yeah, if I play it further away, then I'm just off camera because that's just what it is. But I could scoot the mic closer or whatever. Didn't work though. Yeah, I've tried everything. Like I've tried all the tricks of the trade. I've tried the gums. I've tried the medicines. I've tried the wristbands. I've tried sitting further away. I've tried sitting closer. I've tried changing screen hertz. I've tried changing monitors. I've tried changing all the stuff. So, I can watch. So it depends on the game. So God of War, I can watch a little easier. Bayonetta, I just couldn't watch. Um, I ended up having to stop watching it and just read the wiki to see what happened in the game. Um, God of War, I can watch for a little bit, unless whoever I'm watching starts spinning around too much in the combat. But like, riding in the boat and stuff, that's okay. Elden Ring, it really depends. If it's a speed run, it's probably gonna make me a little bit more sick. If it's a casual playthrough, it's okay. Um, yeah, it just depends on the game. But like Bloodborne's still fine. I can watch speed runs of that, no problem. Mirror's Edge, don't even turn it on. I will get immediately ill.
You're not quite sure how to respond to her knocking the box over.
We'll be nice. What do you say to her? We'll say it's okay.
It's okay, you say in a gentle, reassuring tone. Laddie's worried expression melts away, replaced by one of relief.
Okay.
You move to leave the grotto, saying, I'm going to the village to get some food. Laddie waves goodbye, her forlorn smile seeing you off.
Okay.
The young woman has lost her ability to speak.
Oh, so then she must be the Forsaken Maiden the game is
Neither of
referring
you
to.
have any knowledge of how she ended up in her situation, and you spend many quiet hours together in the grotto. The scent of the sea and a sense of isolation hang heavy in the air. The island is bound for ruin and has had its name since before any can really recall. This is Omega Isle.
Omega Isle. Okay, quite a name. That's what happened with Psychonauts? Yeah, Psychonauts. Oh my gosh. That game destroyed me. It was going really well for a little bit, and then out of nowhere, it was like I got punched in the neck. It's ridiculous. There's just been too many games that's done that with. It sucks.
You take a deep breath and then set out for the nearby Omega Village, which shares the island's name.
Press the escape key to see all the things. Okay, let's look around. go there, so... Wow. There are a lot of card tiles here. This must just be the whole game world because it's an ocean. Interesting. And it makes sense. My brain is... Like, even just doing that, because all the cards, that kind of made me dizzy for a second. But it's probably only because I tried playing Elden Ring. And so, like, I've been dizzy for the past hour. Actually, a little longer, because I tried playing it, like, 2 hours ago. But since this is an ocean thing, it's probably just gonna be a short-term development. It's probably gonna be like this.
Beyond the pier, the ocean sprawls out in all directions, beckoning you to adventure.
You go that way.
You have arrived near the entrance of the village. You spy a shadow skulking about in the midst of a thicket. The shadows fall away to reveal a small monster.
The monsters are the same.
It's unusual to see one this close to the village. It might be cute, but it's still a monster and a threat. You must slay the beast before it can cause trouble or worse in the village.
But are these monsters also humans? See, now playing Beasts of Burden and then seeing monsters in this game just has me all messed up. Like, what if every monster in all these, like, what if all these games are connected to the same world, even though the stories are different? And these are monsters that are humans. I don't want to kill them. Like, maybe they're just innocent. The fight is on. Take down all the enemies and victory shall be yours. Okay. Try stab or air thrust. Okay, cool. Oh, he spins like the Wyvern card. That's pretty cool. Music is just so good. Okay, another pier. Spirit Spire. What's that do?
An old spire stands tall before you. Alas, there's little reason to go poking around within.
Okay. Enter the village, yep. Let's go.
Gorgeous flower beds burst with blossoms that will one day wilt and wither away, much like Omega Village itself. This is a village that has accepted its fate to be but a moment in time, destined to fade.
Make your way to the home of Omega Village's mayor.
An island in want of a maiden shall fall, he mutters, to no one in particular.
So this island. Tragedy is coming. We've got the flip side story already. I will do like the other game, and either at the end of the stream if I remember, or at the start of the next stream, do my best to remember. I'll read all of the flip side cards, but then like I'll try not to. I'm gonna assume all these games are 7 chapters, but if I get the sense that we're coming up on the final bosses, then I'll just kind of read the cards as we unlock them. But I like to read them in groups and batches. Armorer.
How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
He's got different hair color this time. Okay, same weapons here. Different spear. Ascetic's Glaive, 2 of them. 3 short swords, 2 mercenary swords. Some armor. Tracker's short sword. It's an upgrade, but I need 800. Got that breastplate currently. It would give me a little bit more speed. I actually think I want the speed. I don't want to get outsped by stuff, so let's just buy that. Speed is very important in this game. Gotta have it.
Will that be all? The proprietor asks.
That's all.
How may I help you? The proprietor
A
inquires.
different person. He's swole. Big old buff item shop, dude. Accessory shop.
How may I help you? The proprietor
It's
inquires.
a different lady. She looks like somebody from Studio Ghibli. Interesting that the accessory... Hold on, let me go back in there. Seems interesting that the accessory shop is different from the armorer. They used to be all in the armory.
Will that be all? The proprietor asks. The windows are closed, and it's too dark to see much inside. All sound seems to fall away. Home sweet home.
Take a rest? Nah.
This is no time for a nap. You turn around and walk out the door. A lone woman diligently cleans the grounds of the Maiden Shrine.
Oh yeah, sometimes they have 2 stories, so I need to click them again. Okay, guess no double stories for them. I don't know why I just got all tired all of a
This might
sudden.
be the last time I see this flower bed, the boy says, gazing forlornly at the flowers.
Really did accept their fate, jeez.
I wish I got to be the maiden, the girl says mournfully, dressed head to toe in maiden garb and clearly pretending to be such.
Got apples.
You stop in at the mayor's house and discover that he already has a guest. The two are engaged in discussion. You listen in and learn that they are troubled by monsters that have appeared near the village and have been devouring precious stores of food. The villager sighs deeply. I suppose it's about the end for the village, they say flatly before departing the mayor's home.
Wow.
The man left standing in the room has a certain sagacity about him. He notices you waiting and inclines his head in greeting. His name is Grief. As the village's mayor, he spends his days dealing with all manner of happenings around town.
Did I look into the New Game Plus? Yeah, there were a couple of stories that were missing. So what you want to do is, I think it said reload your last save before the final boss or whatever, before you can't like leave. And then you exit out and there's a different cutscene and then you can go do a different event. That's okay. I might do a New Game Plus one day on it anyway, just because it's really nice. Good game. and then try to get the completion for the omnipotence ring and all that stuff. So I figured if I go back to it, it's a top 5 game for me, so I'll probably go back to it at some point. I'll just try to complete it then.
He looks to be at a loss over the damage being caused by the monsters. It would likely be a simple matter for you to deal with the beasts.
Help get rid of the monsters? Sure. We have to do it in exchange for food, because we need to feed. But, you know, we'll be nice. Mayor will probably feed it. Wait, there's no food anyway. They were just talking about how there's not any food for the village, so we'll just accept the job.
You offer to deal with the monsters, and Greeth replies with his thanks. You're always a big help. This is part of your daily routine. You work to sort out the village's troubles in order to procure food to eat.
Rid Omega Village and the surrounding environs of monsters. Let's go do it.
A monster has appeared before you. It holds what's left of a piece of fruit in its teeth, and its mouth moves restlessly.
Interesting that they capitalized the word fruit.
With a sigh, you mutter, "Let's get this over with then," and ready your weapon.
His already comes with charge. Okay, good to know. Nice.
With practiced skill, you swing your weapon. The blade flashes through the monster's throat.
Wow.
Merciless. Perfect aim. It would appear that you are quite accustomed to killing. You wipe the blood off your weapon. As you do, you notice a shadow in the distance. Another monster, perhaps?
Okay, so we're just a stone cold killer. Got it. Now then, how do you get rid of the monster? Well, I guess we'll try to sneak up on it. No, we'll throw a weapon at it. It's fine.
You take the weapon on your back and aim it carefully before hurling it at the shadow with great force. It flies toward your target, tracing a perfect parabola.
Well, our character's just a baller then,
However,
I guess.
The tip of the spear strikes just slightly to the side of the shadow, which runs off. Whatever the shadow was, it was taken aback by your unexpected assault. It looks like it ran off in the direction of the spire near the village.
Okay. Investigate the spire northwest of Omega Village. I don't need to view my cards right now. There's not much there. Thanks, though.
You stand before the Spirit Spire, said to have been erected to protect the island. Yet with the villagers having accepted ruination, It now stands forlorn, an edifice without a purpose. This place, so named for the spirits themselves, is one that the villagers do not enter. Despite this, you say to yourself, I have to get rid of the monster, and decide to profane the place with your presence.
We're just profaning temples, huh? Okay. Let's hunt the monster. Interesting that one flipped over. I like that. You who enters, spirit.
There are some words etched into the door, but they are weathered and difficult to read. Worried though you are about whatever the words might say, you nonetheless try pushing the handle. With some protest, the door groans open. You spy the shadow of the monster you encountered earlier. Your insight that it had taken refuge in the spire has proven a good one. The shadow notices your presence and flies off at blinding speed. You can't help but admire the rapid escape, though it looks like you're back to chasing after a shadow.
Yo, what up, Azeli? How's it going? Yeah, I saw the monster go over here. Go these other ways first. Doing okay. I feel a little tired. Not quite sure why. I'm good. How are you?
You survey your surroundings, relying on the shafts of sunlight filtering in through the windows. However, you're unable to see the monster from where you are.
Vibing. Nice. Okay. Okay.
In the back of the large hall, there is an altar, which evinces a sense of deep mystery. The altar is wrought of a strange kind of stone, its surface polished smooth. It looks as though it's meant for use in some important ritual. You approach the altar to check that there are no places for monsters to hide themselves away inside it.
Maiden. Here. Who's there?
In reply to the mysterious and unidentifiable voice that suddenly rent the silence, you ask in a sharp tone, "Who's there?"
Spirit.
You strain your ears, trying to make out the broken snippets of words echoing off the chamber walls.
Lottie.
After speaking a word that rings familiar to your ears, Laddie,
Laddie.
the voice becomes impossible to hear. It cannot be. Could you truly have heard the voice of the spirit from the Maiden's myth passed down on the island? All signs of the monster you were in pursuit of seem to have vanished. For the time being, you decide to return to the village and report your success.
Okay. Inform the mayor of Omega Village that the monsters have been vanquished. We'll have to bring Laddie back here.
When you arrive at the mayor's house, there is a young visitor already there. She looks to be making an impassioned request of Grieth. In a wearied voice, Grieth replies, "There is no longer any maiden in our village." Admonished, the girl leaves the house with disappointment written across her expression. You inform the mayor that you've taken care of the monsters around town. As thanks for completing the job,
Fruit.
the mayor hands you a basket of fruit.
Fruit often found around Omega Village. I thought they said there was not enough food.
You think to yourself, another day, another basket of fruit.
Yep. Nope, I know about the collection. It's got all our juicy stories. We will read those later. Let's get out of here. Yes.
You re-enter the grotto and announce your return. On a normal day, Laddie would already have zipped over to greet you. But today, nothing.
Weird. Go speak with Laddie in the secret grotto. Hey, yeah.
You walk over to Laddie
Oh,
and discover that she is sound asleep.
that's fine.
Life in the grotto is not one of creature comforts. Rather, a fair few inconveniences.
She's sleeping on a rock or something?
You've tried several times to bring Laddie to the village, but she was adamantly opposed on every occasion. You sometimes catch glimpses of her face while she sleeps. Always it is contorted in anguish, as though she is in the throes of a terrible nightmare. You notice a bulky book lying open next to Laddie, filled with carefully drawn words and images. It seems to be some kind of picture book that Laddie made herself.
Perhaps you might like to take a little peek.
I am a bit curious.
No. Because she's gonna wake up and see and then stab us. We're gonna hold off though.
You can't help but feel like you ought to refrain. But in the end, you cannot overcome your curiosity and decide to take a look at the picture book.
You know, I kind of ignored the illusion of choice in Beasts of Burden, which usually just drives me up a wall. But I think because the story was so engaging right from the jump, I just didn't really notice it or care. I'm waiting on this one to really pull me in. Hasn't hooked me yet. It's alright. It's okay so far. But now I see the illusion of choice here and I'm like, don't do that. Just open the book.
Beside evocative images of deep forests and towering mountain ranges, Laddie has written a story patterned after the Maiden's myth. The picture book story is set in a small village replete with nature. The village enjoys the promise of peace and tranquility, thanks to the young woman born to be the Maiden. The maiden goes before the altar to perform a ritual, which invokes the power of a great spirit to protect the village. You look over the artwork, a spitting recreation of the altar you saw in the spire, and think back on the mysterious voice. The voice claimed it was a spirit, and you're certain it spoke Laddie's name. You were so caught up in the thoughts racing through your head that you failed to notice Laddie had awakened.
She's about to kill us.
Laddie seems embarrassed that you've seen her book. Tears prick the corners of her eyes. If Laddie were indeed the maiden, it would be no exaggeration to call her the very light of hope, a protective force that could save the island from its encroaching ruin. With faint expectation tightening your chest, you consider taking her to the altar in the spire.
Speak with Laddie again.
You've given Laddie some of the fruit you brought back. She dreamily stuffs some of it into her mouth. Maybe she likes it. You hope so. Your stomach rumbles as you watch her, and together, the two of you enjoy a light meal.
Laddie has joined your party. Lead Laddie to the Spirit Spire. Alright, so we've just decided we're going to take her there. No conversation for her to say, yeah, I want to go, let's do it. I thought she would be excited about it or something. Omega Staff, Traveler's Apparel. Abilities or skills that she's got. Heal and Magic Strike. Deal damage, restore 10 HP to the target. He has... I wonder if his passive is just the gem. No. Well then what was that gem card then? The charge. Wonder why I can't move that card. It's weird. Or can't see it. Exploring the world and diving deep into dungeons, you will encounter enemies with which you must do battle. Yep. Yeah, I should save so I don't have to do the intro again. The adventure truly begins. Oh, that ghost looked weird. I see they still have the same disappointing piece, which makes sense if Beast of Burden is the newest one, that they'll all do it, where they kind of show a spoiler of what's coming up in the chapter before you get there. Don't like that. Don't show me what the spirit looks like.
Fight him off.
Okay. Oh, she can charge as well. Interesting. So they both just naturally have charge. I wonder if they have charge instead of defend. Maybe defend is not a thing in this game. Yeah, it's definitely irritating. Chicken sandwich, nice. I had a burger earlier, and I got really, what? I got really full. And then I tried to have a little bit of nachos at dinner, and was too full to finish them. But now I'm starting to get hungry. Yep. Same piece about ailments, can only have one ailment or one buff. You only have one ailment at a time, one debuff at a time, and one type of buff at a time. They will override. Buffs will override buffs, debuffs will override debuffs. Thunderbolt. Her health is getting low. She also outspeeds. Another level up. Learned Tri Attack. He got no attack, defense, or speed. What in the world? Okay, I can already see the balance in this game is a big shift from Beasts of Burden. Okay. Alright. Let's see what's going on here. Deal damage equal to the value of 3 rolled dice. Okay. She leveled up. Same thing. What? Where are my stats at? Where are my stats, game? You can't start off like this. That's not nice.
You take Laddie with you and return to the spire.
Laddie's beloved
As you
unassuming
approach the
staff.
entrance of the spire, the staff that Laddie clutches close begins to emit a faint light. Seeing the mysterious light, you are convinced Laddie has a deep connection to the spire. Her expression uneasy. Laddie takes hold of your sleeve with a tentative touch.
Okay.
You stand before the altar once more, bathed in an air of mysticism. The light emitting from Laddie's staff intensifies, as if indicating its destination.
Excellent. The Maiden.
In response to the enigmatic voice, Laddie's staff exudes a dazzling light.
Jeez, that's bright.
A spirit appears right before your eyes. Well, maybe it's a spirit? It's some kind of strange stuffed animal.
Looks like a sock puppet. I am the spirit.
The stuffed toy seems to be affecting a voice of considerable gravitas and choking itself in the process. This creature is called Lack.
Lack.
Though you cannot be certain it speaks the truth, it claims to be a spirit.
Lack and Laddie.
You approach, hoping to ask about the maiden. But with blinding speed, Lack zooms behind Laddie, putting her between you as a shield. You're the one from before, Lack says, quaking. It would appear that you're mistaking the creature for a monster, and doggedly chasing after it has made it rather afraid of you.
Sorry, we caught you in the side with a spear tip. My B. You have anything you could use to make amends? I have fruit.
You hold out an offer of reconciliation, and Lack takes it and immediately starts munching away. Between bites, it says, "You've got some good taste there."
Hey, I've seen this spirit somewhere before. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's weird. Surprised how it looks.
You're not really sure if the make good worked out, but in any event, Lack looks willing to listen to you now. You ask about the maiden once more, and Lack begins to talk a lot. It seems to enjoy doing so.
It's related to Polka.
Just as the maiden's myth handed down amongst the denizens of the island suggests, it explains, Laddie was indeed born to be the maiden here. However, she was unable to take up her role. This has caused no small amount of distress over the island's inevitable destiny to sink beneath the raging waves. Lack concludes with a proposal. How's about you go and meet with the other maidens and fetch the maiden's relics?
Why she fail though?
As you had hoped, Laddie appears to be the key to the island's salvation.
Ask what lack means in greater detail. Laddie becomes a maiden, get the maiden's relics, meet the other maidens. Let's ask about the relics.
You ask, should we kill the maidens and
What?
steal the relics? Laddie shakes her head rapidly, as if to insist that you definitely should not do that.
What is our character? What in the world? Why would you ask that from the start? That doesn't make any sense. He is literally a stone cold killer. Okay.
As Lack explains, each maiden has an attendant, an escort, and protector. This would make it difficult to take the relics by brute force. This island is not the only one home to a spirit. There are islands throughout this archipelago, and upon each dwells one of the 4 maidens who govern their own spirit. The self-proclaimed spirit explains that if you bring the maiden's relics that each of these maidens possess back to this spire, Laddie will be able to become a maiden herself.
How do the relics go back to the other maidens instead of being at one altar to create a new maiden?
Laddie shows the staff in her hand, wearing an expression that seems to say, "This is a maiden's relic."
Okay, why can't she talk, Lack?
If Laddie becomes a maiden and performs the maiden's ritual at the altar, the island can be saved. The world-changing immensity of what you have just learned echoes in your mind. It takes you a little while to fully digest it. But it does just so happen you've been readying a seaworthy vessel for your own purposes.
It keeps putting our own purposes in red. Do we just want to become a bloodthirsty pirate or something? Like, you're calling it now the ritual involves sacrificing the maiden. It's got to be something tragic. Yeah, she already lost her voice. So she's got to sacrifice her life to fuse with the spirit to protect the island or something. Lack will just eat her.
You accept Lack's proposal to help Laddie become a maiden.
Lack has joined your party. Okay. Leave the tower.
So, you want me to poof you back to the entrance?
Sure. Why not?
You decide to make for the spire's exit.
Sorry I'm yawning so much. I don't exactly know I'm so
Accompanied
tired.
by your new allies, you make to enter the village. But Laddie seems to find something about this idea disagreeable and clings to a tree nearby, refusing to budge.
She must have been banished from the village because she didn't get to become a maiden and they found out.
"Oh, I got this one," says Lack, evidently with some kind of plan in mind. The fluffy creature begins to chant a sort of mysterious spell.
Woona waka. Okay.
Suddenly, Laddie's face is transformed into that of an odd old man's.
No. What are you doing, Lack? No, man. You could at least help the hair out or something. I was not expecting that either. I was expecting like a full transfer. A full transformation. Okay. That's good.
Laddie touches her transformed visage and then gives a thumbs up, perhaps as if to say, "Good job."
She's fine with it. All right, laddie. Long as you
You're
like it.
gone. But Laddie looks sideways at you as she walks into the village, her identity now safely hidden.
Why? Can the spirit read her mind? And we know why? She doesn't want to go back in the village?
This is your home. A desk pushed up near the wall is adorned with an unfurled map and a scattering of books. The navigation map is of your own design and depicts the various islands in this region of the sea. It contains information on the maidens of those nearby islands, culled meticulously from books and the tales of passing travelers.
So we're like a scholar?
Before all of this, you had found yourself unable to merely sit and watch the village's decline, and so planned a voyage to seek aid from the maidens of the other islands.
Makes sense.
After popping into the back room, you emerge with a carefully polished ship's wheel and present it to your companions.
Part of a ship, lovingly polished to a near mirror sheen.
It is the final piece of the ship you restored at the grotto. With it, you will finally be able to set sail on the voyage you have dreamed of for so long. You have made ready for the voyage, but before you set sail, you decide to stop in at the mayor's to say your farewells.
Yep. Make your way to the home of the Omega Village's mayor. Watch we do all of this work to make her a maiden and then the island still just like dies.
Grieth's eyes fall over the unfamiliar face behind you. And who do we have here?
Well, who do we have here? My girlfriend. Looks like a dude though. It's a traveler. Plus, if we say my girlfriend, he'll be like, what? It can break our disguise.
You respond, a traveler, weary from a long journey. Grieth looks upon her with sympathy. Changing the subject, you explain to the mayor that you'll be leaving the village for a little while on a voyage to save the island. You felt sure that the mayor, with his love of the village, would see you off with a smile. And yet the moment you explain that you found a maiden who can save the island, his attitude changes like the fickle sea winds.
Interesting.
And he voices opposition to your journey.
Okay.
This island is destined to meet its end, he says. You can practically sense him digging his feet in.
Why?
You cannot fathom why he, the mayor of the village, would believe something like that. Though each of you hold the island in your hearts, you cannot reconcile the difference of opinion. Like lovers going their separate ways after an acrimonious spat, it looks as though you will be setting out on bad terms.
Why, though?
You believe that your desire to save the island will prove to be the right perspective.
Will it be, though? I don't think it will be. If the last game taught us anything, this is about to go very poorly in about 6 chapters. Alright, let's go back to the boat and set some sail.
Your ship, your trusted companion. Once a mere wreck, you climb up to the stern. And with every bit of care you can muster, you attach the wheel, the final stroke upon the canvas. At last, your ship is finished. The vessel's design is patterned after a great whale. There are a number of mismatched parts, but that particular quirk only makes you love it all the more. As you look over your handiwork, you realize that your companion on this upcoming journey will need a name. What would a fitting name be, you ponder?
Your companions appear to look at you expectantly. I'm not gonna ask Lax's opinion. It's probably gonna be something dumb. I mean, we can ask Laddie's opinion, but I don't know how we'll be able to read what she wants to name it, since she's a mute.
Laddie tears a page from
she
her
wrote
book
it.
And then scribbles a name down on it. In her small handwriting is written, the Bon Vent.
Bon Bon. I don't know what that means. But I like it.
According to Lack, the words are a kind of prayer in the language of the spirits for safe passage when bidding one farewell on a long journey.
Bon voyage.
A farewell said before long journeys. The words could make a fitting appellation for your ship.
We need to we need to find a shipwright, somebody who can actually take care of this ship for us. It looks like it has seen some better days. I applaud him on his efforts to kind of repair it and patch it. But we need a Mark II real quick.
You're unsure of just how much you ought to trust Lack or his skill with words, but nonetheless, decide to go with Laddie's suggestion. Together, you load up the Bon Vent with the necessary provisions. Preparations for your departure are now finished.
Now then, shall you set sail on your journey for the Maidens? Yes. Weigh anchor.
You throw your hands upon the ship's wheel and shout, "Weigh anchor!" with gusto. Your voyage has begun.
With gusto. Okay. Prologue complete. This game definitely seems more upbeat than Beast of Burden so far. No one's died yet. Spirits dwell upon an archipelago surrounded by sparkling seas. It is on these islands that maidens, guarded by their attendants, perform something ritual. The spirits have helped them keep the islands safe since time immemorial. Interesting. Yet one of these isles lacks a maiden and can do nothing but await its ruination. A young seafarer searching for a way to save his home meets a mysterious maiden who has lost both her powers and her voice. The self-proclaimed spirit tasks them with gathering the maiden's relics. And so they set sail to see the isles and hear their tales. Tale of Departure. Bean. Okay. We got a golden boat.
Ship
Nice.
had long since forgotten the taste of seawater. It nonetheless cuts through the waves like a fillet knife through fresh fish.
Okay. Cool.
It is your first sea voyage. Laddie's eyes glitter as she looks out at the horizon, stretching ever onward over the endless blue expanse. She opens up your homemade navigation map, checking the locations of the islands where the other maidens live. On the island to the south of here lives a beauteous maiden garbed in azure robes, as though the sky itself is wrapped around her. After closing up the map, you grasp the wheel like a familiar old friend and tell the ship where you'd like to go.
Does she have a crab hand? No, she's got a weird scarf thing. Her hand comes up to here to touch the staff. I thought it was a crab hand at first too, though.
You now have free reign to sail across the sea as you see fit.
Wonderful.
New tales await you when you put into port on an island where a maiden dwells.
Venture south of Omega Isle and search for the island's entrance. Yep, I'll do that as soon as I... Now that your ship is complete, you can sail across the seas. Your piece will automatically change on land or sea. Cool. You know how many of these games there are? I thought there was 4 or 5, but it looks like there's only 3. So after this one is the one that came out in 2021. That is called the something have it. The Isle Dragon Roars. So that'll be the one we play after this. Since it wants us to go south, we are going to go everywhere but unlock all these tiles. Let's these corner.
Whirlpools are a common occurrence in this area of the sea. It doesn't seem like your ship is capable of crossing them.
Yeah, there had to be some sort of barrier to block us from going where we want. Freaking whirlpools, man. Ooh, a shipwreck.
You discover a shipwreck. You climb aboard and begin searching for anything useful.
What you got? 500 gold, okay. I will take it.
When you return to your vessel, the shipwreck sinks silently into the sea.
Maybe we shouldn't have gone in it. Now we're polluting the water. That's just rude. Yeah. I want to go rogue. Let me go rogue. Let me fight monsters that are way too strong for me. Lightning. Whoa. Okay, that crit activated late. I didn't think it was going to hit again.
Favors the bold.
So yeah, they can all charge a gem instead of defend. Interesting. I didn't use defend all that much in Beasts of Burden, so I'm not too worried about that. It's kind of interesting that that's the case. Attack is good. Defense is good. Level 1 to 3. He got 2 level ups, which means he got a stat point at level 2, and the others didn't, and that's annoying. Why not? Attack. Learn surprise. Inflict attack down if the roll is greater than 4. Okay. That's why you love Elden Ring. You want to go to the mid-late game areas? Go right ahead. Though I guess there is one barrier. Yeah, because you have to you have to do the thing where you have to...
I don't know what it is, but there's just something so relaxing about the sound of waves, isn't there?
Like the Millennium City or wherever, where I went and got the super sweet armor and cheese that boss with with the what was it, bleeding, and he died. The tree sentinel horse dude. Man, I want to play that game right now. Oh, Rot Doggy. That's right. It wasn't bleed. It was Rot. How can I forget Rot Doggy? Man's best friend. Good old Roddy. Wow. Another level up. Level 4. Good old so-and-so. Ooh, an event.
Laddie eagerly eyes the fishing rod on the boat.
We got events already? Ooh, goody.
Up for some fishing, you ask? Laddie gives a hesitant nod.
Okay.
Except, it turns out she's never fished before.
Will you teach her to fish? Absolutely.
You show her how to hold the rod, and she casts the line into the water. Almost instantly, the rod begins to bend. You'd better tell her when to pull up.
What do you say? Mm. Okay, we'll go with this.
The rod bends and fits and starts. You're sure she's got something on the line.
Oh, come on.
Laddie rips the line out of the water at your insistence, exposing a bare hook. Damn.
I got jagger baited because it said you're sure she's got something on the line. I was gonna pick weight. But I saw this and I was like, oh, I better pick this one then. That's so
You pat her
rude.
back reassuringly. Sometimes that's just how it goes.
I don't like that event.
Ahoy, matey. It's like...
Please. I'm gonna go ahead and just state this now that I'm not really a fan of the Game Master's voice. I'm sorry. Just not.
Don't hold back.
Again, no stat up? What the heck? Why?
Fight him off.
Again, no stat ups. What is going on here? Why are we not getting stat ups with these level ups? Excuse me? Gain immunity to attack and defense down. I don't... Oh, that's a regular general ability. Okay, well then that's good. That's a passive. That's a good passive. If it was an active, I wouldn't care. Next level is only 140. Is that way quicker than the previous game? I don't remember the early game all that much. I don't remember how fast we leveled. Yeah, I don't know. But 5 levels and you only get 1 stat up? I don't like that. Learn sharpness. So they just they learn skills on their own. It's not monster cards. Okay, so this is going to be very different because we can only use what we're forced to gain from them. The game says, hey, you're learning this. Yeah, I don't remember the level curve in the last game. Sharpness. Okay. But Lack keeps getting stat points every level. Lack has gotten a stat point every single level. Why? Why is he getting stats and no one else is? Groom. What? Cure target of any elemental resistance down status ailments and restore 10 HP. Okay, I like the heal at least. Why is he getting stats and they're not though? It's just weird. Yep. No, I don't need to view abilities. I saw them. Thanks though.
Ah, the great open...
Okay.
A large chest floats in the water before you, no more than an arm's length away.
Reach out and grab the chest. Sure.
You take hold of the chest and pull it aboard. When you do, the lid springs open, and
It's a monster.
a glimmer catches your eye. You take a closer look at the glinting objects. Though corroded by seawater, they're undoubtedly coins.
Okay. Little monies. That's good. Got us
You
another.
spot something blown into the sky from a whale's spout. It looks like it might fall this way, but it's hard to make out with the sun behind it.
What will you do? Catch it in your arms, dodge it, hit it with your sword. Not gonna hit it with our sword. Might break it. If we dodge it, it might break on the ship. If we catch it, it might be really big and break us. Let's just dodge it.
You steer the boat out of the falling object's trajectory.
Oh.
It hits the water and sinks below the waves.
Whoops. I thought our character was gonna dodge and it would hit the boat and land on the deck of the boat and then we go and see what it is. Not that he was gonna steer the boat completely out of the way. Okay. Noted. Noted indeed.
Fight him off.
Probably killed that thing. Check out the other side. Is there like a... No, we won't know till we get there.
And fight.
Looks like a similar curve. Okay. Lack has leveled up again. He has out-leveled Laddie and Gromp and has gotten yet another stat point. What in the world is going on? There's no way this is random. Why would they build it like that? Okay, another event. Anything else launches out? Okay, this time we are going to catch it in our arms. Take some damage.
You open your arms wide, and into them falls a fish.
Delectable fish can be.
It's a fat, tasty-looking fish. Your companion's stomachs growl at the sight of it. Recalling it's about time to eat, you deftly prepare it and share a friendly meal.
Okay. Maybe I didn't get stat ups in the Beast of Burden and I just don't recall. But I'm pretty sure at level 5 they got one of everything. Seemed like every 5 levels they got one of everything. Cover 5 HP, okay. Alright.
You approach the remains of a ship floating in the waves and carefully steer your own vessel so as not to collide with the wreckage. As you do, Laddie pulls something up out of the water. It's completely soaked, but appears to be some kind of voyage log. Most of the ink is smeared by seawater, but one page is still legible.
Month X, Day Y. Came across a shipwreck. There were no survivors. What should have been a treasure was no more than a den of monsters, due to the number of injured.
On that same page, you see a map detailing where the shipwreck can be found.
Ship, treasure, and monsters drawn in a location surrounded by cliffs in the Western Sea.
Deciding that shipwreck treasure may be worth finding, you slip the voyage log into your bag.
We are in the Western Sea. This is kind of cliffy. It could be up here. That was not super effective. Surprising. Wow, terrible roll. I should have just did my other attack. Nice.
Magnificent.
I didn't pay attention to the attack and defense. Okay, go ahead and yep. When I was gonna use my heal, thanks game. Nice crit.
Excellent.
Excellent. Wow, these things are tanky beasts. Half target's HP. Okay, we got lucky. Oh yeah, she does like no damage to these things. These things are ridiculous. Just barely killed, jeez. We must not supposed to be here yet. Oh no, she died.
Oh hey, don't worry. Their coffin card being down doesn't...
Yeah. I know it's not permadead, but it's not good for the fight. These crabs suck. Okay, this game is definitely a lot harder in the combat. Absolutely harder. Was not expecting to die there. These rolls suck. Alright. Not him. Nice. Okay. No stat up. Finally a stat up. Gain immunity to curse. That's really nice. Okay. What am I doing? I am yawning a lot. And for some reason, extremely tired. I don't know what's really going on. I mean, I know what's going on. Part of it is the time change destroys me. This happens every time. But I slept a little earlier, so I should be okay. I should not be this tired. But I did have a long day. I hate yawning on stream. It drives me up a wall. It's not a good watch. So I think I'm gonna have to just call the stream very early. I know it's only an hour and a half. I apologize for that. But I like to be a little bit more, you know, professional and not be yawning every 5 seconds or constantly wiping my eyes because they're burning. So I'm gonna stop it here. We'll pick back up next time. It's a little bit more of an upbeat story though, so that's good. I'm still confused by the leveling up. Like, we're just leveling up and all we're getting is a HP. So that's kind of strange. Except for Lack, who's getting like something every level. But yeah, I'll be back again soon and we'll pick up from here. It seems like an interesting story so far, so I'm curious to see where it goes. Thank you for hanging out. Game's not balanced. Good luck. I'm okay with that. It definitely seems harder, but I'm okay with it. The story's not as impactful as the last game. So having a little bit stronger combat, tougher combat, could be a double-edged sword. But I think I'm okay with that. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, early Sunday morning. I'll catch y'all later.